Josey,
Amy,
you're like one of my very favorite leaders, and I so many people say like you're a great lady leader, and I said this to you the other day. You are a fantastic lady leader, and I love the way that you show up, how you pour everything into what you're doing, how you show up with passion, how the people love you, they want to hug you. You give it everything.
Absolutely.
But it's not just but you're better than a lady leader. You're just a freaking fantastic leader, right? So
Thank you.
I really want to talk today not about what you've accomplished that much. You've accomplished a lot. I do want to talk about that a little bit, but I mostly want to talk about how you show up every day.
Yeah,
Because I see you leading with your heart. This is about heart and hustle.
absolutely.
But the heart is the essence part.
That's right.
So I want you to tell me when things get tough for you, when things get a little hard, we're just going to go right into that.
Yeah.
How do you tackle those kinds of obstacles? Like when stuff gets hard for you, when it's not going as you envisioned in your mind. What makes Josey like come out better on the other side?
That's such a great question, and it's very loaded. And I love that you mentioned heart and hustle, because I think the heart is what powers the hustle. Like you can't have hustle and not have heart. I think that it goes hand in hand. But honestly, and I don't want to make this a religious podcast, but it's my faith. You know, every morning I start my mornings with just myself, not my phone. It's just my Bible, my coffee, and just time within. And I think it's really important to hold up the mirror as a leader and just ask yourself, like, what can you do better, right? Where can you grow? And a lot of it, that's a tough question to ask, you know? So I think that it's just getting that guidance from that higher power. For me, it's God, and spending that time in the morning, just reflecting. And there's just so many lessons in that book that you apply to leadership, right? Like John Maxwell, all of his
we love John.
Exactly. All of his teachings are Bible based. All of it. And so, whenever I'm going through a tough moment, it's those little mini prayers, right? And those little mini self-talks, right? And prayer doesn't have to be like you going into a corner and everything has to be quiet. Like, no, it's walking. It's on a Zoom call, right? Right before I'm talking to a prospect, like, let the right words flow to this person. Let it all cut, like whatever this person needs to hear, that's what's going to happen. And so that's just how I deal with everything that gets thrown at me.
I love that. Yeah. And that's truly who you are. And I know that's who you are, but I want them to hear that.
Yeah.
So I know I started out with a just going straight in for a question, because I wanted them to know who you are at your core. Again. But let's tell them who you are. So, this is Josey Baez.
Yes. Baez.
I know, like I don't have that. So you do it.
Yes, it's Josey Baez. Everybody says Baez though. It's funny. It's a Latino last name.
Baez.
It's Baez.
I got it from now on.
Yeah, I am the regional growth director for USA South. So I cover all of the deep South states: Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. And I work under Amy Weaver's leadership. We have the best team on the planet.
We do. We do have the best team. I will say that. So, and that's not, and again, I thought about this today. So I want to have a real conversation. I should challenge you.
Yeah.
From something you just said.
Yeah.
You said you have to have heart to have hustle.
Yeah.
And I've seen it. I've seen hustle without heart.
I know, but they're empty.
They're empty. So do you think that their hustle fizzles out? Like if they don't have the heart behind it?
I think that they get to a point where they see this massive success and then it just feels empty for them. Right. And it's like, yes, success means different things for everybody, but what is the point of reaching the top when you're up there by yourself?
I love that. Because, and I think that's why we see some celebrities that it's like always the next thing, the next thing that they're going for, and they're never truly fulfilled.
Yeah.
They don't have what you have. That inner peace.
Yeah.
That inner reflection.
That you can't get from the world, right?
And this.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm up there.
I love that. So you talked about your inner reflection and how you really like everything that you said, you're doing yourself.
Yeah.
Is there a person that also you can turn to when things get hard to know that they fully have your back?
Yeah.
That they get you, they understand the situation. Maybe they're going to face the situation.
Yes.
There's someone you go to.
Absolutely. So my husband, he's my number one cheerleader. And he's very aligned with, we have an aligned vision. And I think that's really important when your partner have that aligned vision. And he's my voice of reason. Sometimes, as women, we can be extra emotional. We deal with so much, right? Like men just get up in the morning, put on a black shirt, and they just like work. Where we're just like, oh my God, did I make breakfast? Did we pay the light? Is the mortgage paid? I need gas. Like get the children out to school. So he's my voice of reason, but also I have spiritual friends, who edify me every day, right? They check me, they chin check me, when I need to be checked. So I think it's important to have your posse and to have people who edify you and make sure that when you are speaking to that person, you audit that person's life. And do you want to be like that person? Right? Because if you don't, then you shouldn't be seeking advice from them. But my husband's my number one friend. He's my best friend. We're a team. And
You got to meet your husband.
Yeah.
Hey, little joke on me. He said, by the way, I borrowed Josey's curling iron. It's like this amazing tool. You used it too. The girl behind the camera used it too. That's happy. And I went up there and he was like, oh my gosh, some other lady just came and picked up this curling iron. She said that she's coming to get it. I'm like, what? So I'm so excited that but he's funny. And I've seen you guys on social and in pictures, and you do seem like a really great team.
it's amazing.
So I love that for you. And you talked also about your mornings.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that you do in the mornings other than, because I'm a big morning person.
Yeah.
I'm an early riser.
Yeah.
I've always been that way since the time I was a kid. I was always the first to rise. And yeah, just how God made me. But I really like to have my quiet time, have my prayer time, have my gratitude time, exercise time.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you all the things I do. What do you do other than what you described?
Yeah. So number one thing that we have, and we just bought a new house like 5 months ago, but the number one thing we did was get all of our speakers installed in every room of our house. We have speakers in the garage, the bathrooms, everywhere. And so in the morning, it's already on an alarm. We play soaking music. Okay. So soaking music.
Well,
It's
tell me about
just,
that.
it's
I've never
literally,
heard of that.
it's like spa music.
I like spa music.
And it just helps you calm, like it balances you out.
I'm
Your
going to copy and paste that.
Oh, it's the best thing. And even when you're reading or you're journaling, everything just kind of comes into that moment. And it's proven. That's why when you're at church or like when they're closing out a sermon, they play the piano music. It's soaking music. So I think that playing music throughout the day, right? So that's like from 5 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. And then my husband plays a little bit more upbeat music. But music is always on in the house. And that really sets it up.
Okay, so you and I are so much alike because I love music too, and we put speakers in almost every room of the house. Yeah. I've not done that yet. Yeah. And I know exactly what you're saying because it does set the tone. Yeah. And then it's almost like it imprints, like it creates an experience that you're going to remember for a lifetime.
Exactly.
If you compare music with what you're doing, I always have songs in my head.
That's right.
I can make a song out of anything that you're saying. I can make a song out of it real quick. So
you absorb everything better. So like if you're reading something or you're journaling something and you're really in your thoughts and there's soaking music playing, it internalizes better.
Yeah. Well, I know that you've achieved a lot in your lifetime. Tell me about a moment, an achievement that you've had that you're just like so proud of. I'd love to hear that. Okay. I want to say that not everyone knows, but I don't want to do that because there's going to be one that probably a lot of people know about. So I don't want to limit it. So what's something you're very proud of?
I'm so proud of. Man, there's so many moments. I can't think of like one defining moment, but I will say that when, other people, when you ask other people about Josey is, everybody says the same thing. And that's really special to me, right? Everybody says something like, oh my God, she's just so much light. She's got a servant heart. And that to me is beautiful, right? Because it's a reflection of who's in my life and who's in my heart and, what I model my life to be. And obviously, aside from having my amazing daughter, who's truly a blessing, right? Because I was infertile. I couldn't have babies. She was a miracle baby. So I think having her, she's my only one, just has filled our life with so much joy. And I know it's cliche, but for me, that's my story, right? I couldn't have babies and I had her. Miracle.
How old is your daughter?
She's 15.
15. Okay. If you had to really impress upon her, how do you want her to show up
Yeah. No.
Now,
Yeah.
and in her early adulthood,
Yeah.
and in motherhood.
Yeah.
What kinds of words of advice would you give her?
It would just be, if you're watching this, Sadia, it would just be to be a kind human. And every morning when I take her to the bus stop, I tell her, like, be kind to others, love others, put others first. You're covered, you're protected. I think that when you are just a beautiful person, the world rewards you with that, right? And yeah, she can do anything that she wants. She is who she thinks she is. She knows who she is.
I love that. Do you have a great relationship with your husband?
She does. They're just like this. He didn't come to eXpcon with me on Saturday because he's like, I want to spend the weekend with her. So he ended up coming Monday night. But
I love that.
They are just the best of friends. And it's beautiful to see that because I had a good relationship with my dad, but not as good as I see it in them. And so it's a blessing for me too.
It's amazing. Yeah. I love that. Well, I know that you have a lot of energy and probably things never do get flat for you. They probably are always on the up and up.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's times when you have to give yourself a pep talk.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to tell me the same thing, but tell me a time when things were kind of getting flat and you were like, all right, time to
do what I do. It's so crazy but I know that I'm working. Yes, I'm working for myself, but I'm also working. I always tell myself, like, work as if you're working for the Lord. And I don't know, but that just motivates me. Like, that just gets me off the bed. And also I freely adapted. There's this thing that I learned like 3 years ago where we say, oh my God, I have to do this. I have to do this. I need to go here. And it's replacing that I have and I need with I get. That was a game changer.
That is true.
Like, I get to get up at 5 a.m. and take my child to school, right? I get to get up and work from home, right? Yeah. I get to be a wife. I get to be a homeowner. I get to be a woman. Like, I get to walk, right? And that little word just does such a mindset shift for me.
Well, I get that. There's so many things that we are blessed with. And sometimes, even chores. I remember when I did not love doing laundry and putting it away, right? But when you were folding up those little baby clothes, and you had faced infertility, you've got that pretty pink little onesie and you're folding it up, you're like, I get to do this. I'm so blessed that I get to do this. I have a washing machine. It's going to wash my child's clothes. I have a dryer. Where I'm going to hang them up and dry them, whatever it is. But, and then I get to fold it. And I actually I can still remember like the little clothes that really were sentimental, right?
Yeah.
And I can see like the little onesie with hearts all over it. My baby was born near Valentine's Day. She was February 13th. So, every time I think Valentine's Day, I think her. So I love that you replace the word with I have to. I have to do this laundry. I get to do this. I get to be in servitude to my family that I'm so very thankful for. You hear the music?
I hear the music. Hear it. I hear it.
I don't know where it's coming from, but
it's fun. Other things that I do is when I feel overwhelmed, I just write down the top 3 things that need to get done that day.
Yes.
Just like I might have 100.
If nothing else,
this is what I'm going to do today. And it just kind of calms you down, right? It makes the chaos a little more organized.
Love that. So what does leading with heart look like on an ordinary Tuesday for you?
Leading with heart is sending a video to someone and just telling them how much you appreciate them, right?
I got one.
Yeah. Or just like sending a compliment, like, hey, I really appreciate what you're doing. Like, just that little moment of kindness, that little token of appreciation goes so far because people don't get that. They get stuck in their business and their daily lives and they don't hear that. And it doesn't have to be like in your work, right? It could be with your family, your cousins, your brother. Like I sent a message to my brother and I'm like, I'm thinking about you. And then he cried, he's like, thank you, sis. Like, I love that, so you're never too busy to make someone feel good. And when you make someone feel good, you feel good because the gift is in the giving.
I've had, I love everything you say. I've had someone tell me, like on a random Tuesday, oh my gosh, like I love that shirt you're wearing. It makes your eyes pop and you look so pretty. And I think to myself, I need to do that more often because it really makes you stand up straighter in the moment.
Yeah.
And it puts a smile on your face. So I did that today while we were greeting all the agents coming in. I would grab someone. I'm like, oh my God, you look so beautiful. And they would like start beaming. Like it was like they were like just like this and they'd start beaming. And I'm like, oh, I love this.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything. Like I only told the truth.
Yeah.
And boy, they got even more beautiful whenever you picture something that you recognize them. So I love that about you. I'm learning that you're a lot like me.
I am.
Yeah,
I know. I knew that from the very beginning when we started interviewing. I'm like, I'm going to get this job. Like, I'm going to work for her. I'm going to get it. If I don't get hired, I'm going to show up and be like, no, you hired the wrong person.
You had so much, just your energy, and it's hard to have that energy coming across from in a Zoom screen, right? Like, but I knew from the moment that I saw you, I was like, oh my gosh, that girl's special. And I knew that you had to, like, I only had you in front of me, but I knew you touched lives. And so I just appreciate that about you. One more question. I just really want to know, like, where do you see yourself like personally and professionally in 5 years?
Personally, I definitely want to own property in Dominican Republic. Yeah. Half my family lives there. I love going there. It's kind of like just my place of like disconnect and just grounding. I definitely see myself with a community is really big for me, right? Like that's huge for me. For a lot of reasons, but I love having community. So I hope to build a wonderful community of people that just power one another, just help one another, not necessarily just in work, right? But like in other things. Like, listen, go on a date night. Like, I got you. I'll babysit the kids, right?
Oh, I love that.
Like something like that. And obviously I want to continue growing in my career in real estate. I really love the company that I'm with. And I don't really like to like envision where I'm going to be in 5 years because life, you have to be a pivoting genius. Like, today is one thing and tomorrow's another thing. I just learned to just trust and just know that I'm going to be at the right place at the right time where I need to be.
So, we get the pleasure of seeing Russ tomorrow on stage.
Yeah.
She wrote a book, Unfollowable. Or Be Followable.
Be Followable.
Opposite.
Be Followable.
Opposite of what I said. Be Followable. Opposite. And like when she first came under my leadership, I had a heart to heart with everyone. And I'm like, hey, you are such a great teacher, and the way that you're able to break things down, something complicated, and make it so easy to understand. And you're like, oh, I just get that in a different way now that you explained it, calls it simple recipes. Yeah. It's like, have you ever thought about writing a book? And he was like, sort of his head to the side, whatever. And I'm like, can you imagine how many more people you could impact? Like if you actually wrote a book, like you've got this small audience, right? Yeah. So he actually gives me credit for it. He's like, you're the reason I did this. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that I am, but having,
he said it, so you are.
He did say it, giving me a lot. That's a lot of credit. But being able to see something and tell something about someone that they don't necessarily see themselves, I think is a great value. I see you owning that stage that wherever that stage is over there. I see you because I think that so many people could benefit from all the things that you said in here. It's so greater. So I will be cheering for you in that front row seat. Maybe next year, but at a minimum of 5 years.
I love you. You are an amazing leader. Honestly, you don't come across leaders like you a lot. And so I just want to honor you in this moment. Thank you for interviewing us. And you definitely exude heart and hustle. I just want you to know that.
Everything.
And you're just a beam of light everywhere you go. And
so much.
I love you.
I love you.